Kelly's going to fall asleep. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Sorry it's so late. Technical difficulties. I really just wanted to make this kind of a casual welcome, call to just get us started and talk about things that we're struggling with, talk about our goals, talk about our game plan, and just get us started off right. Because I can't believe it's already the third of the month already. It's crazy. So hopefully you guys I know that Leslie's not technically on our team, but she is on our team. So I invited her and anyone else in our downline that wants to join any of these calls. I want to have them regularly and really just talk through what we're doing for the week and what's working and what's not working. Questions about what to message people or that kind of stuff. I do want to upload into that group. So we have that group going on Messenger. And I think it'd be able to connect. So we're doing that. And I will be happy to go first. Also, I have finally got the calendar ready. I think I was telling you guys, I've been working on that calendar for like 2 days now. And Kara's like, is it done yet? Usually my images, so I'm a little rusty. But so it's done now. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to pull it up. We can kind of go through it. So hopefully it's not too overwhelming. I know when I looked at it, it was like a lot of stuff on there. Has everyone looked at it yet? Yes or no? Yeah. You have? Okay. Oh, she printed it out. Yay.
I have to have hold on.
I know. I'm going to print it out too. For me, I'm a visual person, and I really kind of do my social media on the fly. I know like on Sundays I do stuff about coaching or that kind of thing, but I'm really bad about like really intentionally posting things. So this is really good for me too, because it's really going to make us streamline our posts and to our audiences. So take a look at that. We'll go through that. I also want to touch on the free group we talked about a little bit, and power hours. Is everyone on here doing a power hour? Do you sort of do something, work in pods, or what do you guys, or is that one of your struggles? I'll let you guys unmute yourself. Amy does hers every day. I know she's like a well-oiled machine. What about you, Haley?
I try to on my lunch break just kind of break away on my own for like a half hour and work a little bit on my phone. But lately I've been finding now that I'm kind of in the groove at work,
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Jenny knows I've worked there.
I can't hear you. Can you guys hear her?
But
You're breaking up.
now that I'm back in the groove, it
alley.
seems like when it's on a lunch break, it's turned into
Okay, we'll come back to you. Maybe
okay.
a stable connection. What about you, Megan?
Yeah, no, it's hard. I know you guys are all in the same boat. There's trying to get both kids down for nap at the same time and getting the 5 minutes to myself. And if I didn't do my workout in the morning, then that's my time to do my workout. And then by the time, bedtime comes around and I'm wiped. And so, no, I have definitely not been putting in as much time as I should by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. What about you, Leslie? I know you work full time.
Yeah, the time element is I just I try to do stuff during the day, but there's only I literally, as you know, I'm up at 5 and I don't get home until 7:30. So, and I don't even take a break at work because I have so much to do. So I try to, scatter things throughout the day, but as you know that I mentioned to you, I feel like I'm getting nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I struggle with my power hour too, and I don't work full time. I just between the dishes and running errands. Like today, I was running errands all day, and and I was working on team stuff. So I was working, but I wasn't doing stuff for my business. So it's a struggle for all of us. But for me, that's one of my goals this month. I'm going to go through my goals, and that is making sure I have a scheduled power hour every day. And for me, it's probably more like Megan's, where I work in pods. So for me, that works best because I do have an hour, but I honestly, I have ADD and I don't do well, like just sitting down and knocking everything out. So for me, I do better with like, sit down, I'm going to do all my invites right now, or so I'm going to sit down right now, I'm going to do all my friend requests, or now I'm going to sit down and do like whatever it is. And then I'll take a break and I'll go do dishes and I'll come back and I'll do something else. So for me, that's just how I go. But I'm not always consistent. So like today I was working and I had my time allotted, but I didn't get to do my invites. So that's going to have to be tonight. Like I will not go to bed tonight before I do that, because my business has been struggling personally. And I know it's because I'm not allowing the time that I need to do those kind of things. So it's important to put your business first when you do have a team, by the way, because you have to do team stuff, but you have to make sure you're growing your team as well. So I found this business tracker. I don't know if you've seen it on the online office, because I've used different ones, but I really like this one. You can see it. And I printed it out, and I like it's easy on the eyes. So it's be proof the product works. So you can check the box for your Shakeology, and check the box for your workout. 20 minutes of personal development, check the box there. And then there's a section that says building me. The second section is building my business. And it's add 3 people on social media, making 3 posts to social media, start 3 conversations with new contacts, invite 3 people to your next challenge group, follow up with 3 people, talk to 3 people about coaching, and recognize the success of 3 people. Now, if you don't have a team, you may not have that, but maybe you have a successful challenger or something like that. You could do that. And then at the bottom has your goals, and it has the whole week on there. So you can print it out for the week and kind of go through it. And maybe some of you that work full time don't have time to do everything every day. But maybe I've seen this before, like some people that are nurses or have crazy hours, they save all of their invites for one certain day and they do a bunch of invites. So maybe that will work better for you, and the other day you're bulking up on your friend requests and your other stuff. So whatever works best for you, but you got to figure out what it is. You got to make the time. And so this is a big month. I really want to push you guys more than I've pushed you guys before, because, I know everyone's busy and everyone has their own goals and their own kind of schedule, but it's the cup. And I want to show you guys that you can have success, but you got to put in the time. And you may not have an hour a day, maybe you only have 30 minutes a day, or maybe one day you have 2 hours and one day you don't. You're just trying to figure out, maybe on the weekends is when you catch up. That's fine. But at minimum, at least be doing the vital behaviors, doing your workout. I think you all drink your shake and do your workout pretty religiously, at least on this call, except for Amy, who can't work out right now. But so those things are easy, but on the outside, you got to talk about it. So some of you, and I haven't been to all of your pages in a while, some of you are really good about being consistent about that, but some of you need to work on the posting. And so, and Leslie's rolling her eyes but I see you're working.
No, I wasn't rolling my eyes.
No, but I see you're working on, not rolling your eyes, but I see you're like, and that's something that I can see you're working on, but it's a matter of working in other stuff. So it's not all Beachbody, because I know you're not used to posting a whole lot, and I wasn't either before. And I've noticed like Megan's been picking up on that, mixing in more of the kids stuff. But I think that once you get into that kind of stuff, it will be easier to post your 3 posts a day. And then only one has to be Beachbody. Now I do more Beachbody because I'm in a different place in my business. So, I don't expect you to be posting 3 to 5 times a day. And now, oh no, they can't. We have that scheduler now. It's so awesome, but I don't think you can use it on your wall, which sucks, because for those of you that work, if you don't have an outside source, you can have an auto post for you. Like if Leslie, you're saying you work all day, you're so busy, you don't have time. There are outside schedulers that you can use. I don't know if any of them are free. I pay for mine. I use one that I pay for, but that's an option. Hostile.
No.
Buffer. I thought Buffer was.
I was like, Hassa.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you say? Hostile. I was like, hostile. I haven't heard of that one.
I know. Like, that's a strange name there.
That's a new one. So you can use those, and that way you can, like the night before, like talk about, like think of 3 things and have it post throughout the day, so you're at least got that taken care of. Because the key is, you can't post once a week and be like, no one wants to do anything, because you're not doing it every day. So they're not like, Is she coaching? Is she not? Is she just doing the workouts? Is she not? Like, you can be talking about it, but they may not know you're a coach. You might just be like, I'm working out, I'm doing whatever. But you have to have at least that hook line at the end that says, I'm looking for people to join me. What do you struggle with? Do you want to try it too? Like that kind of stuff. Like end it with a question, that kind of stuff. So this month, I really want you guys to hone in on that, the social media aspect, because you got to be present. And like, I noticed Haley will be so good, and then she'll go like 4 days. I'm like, Haley, where's your post? She's like, I know, I've been trying. But like, you gotta, and it's hard because some days I'm like, I don't even know what to post today. And I'm like, I go read my PD, and it like gives me something to like think about or talk about, or something happened with my kids, and I turn it into like an inspirational something. Like that. Juliana, I don't know if you saw my one about the friends, like she's having trouble with her friends. So I was like, that's something maybe people may be able to relate to. Like, think about whatever it is, it's your niche. And talk about that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the power hour. So we all need to work on our power hours. Think about if you guys think it would be helpful, I'm happy to go schedule a power hour for us to go through. If you think that's helpful, we can do that. We don't have to do it all the time. We could do one, next week sometime, and just walk you through how we do it and what works for me, and give you guys ideas. And it's basically just like set the timer for 5 minutes, and now write your messages. Set the timer and walk through and do whatever. So it makes you do it, So, okay, so we could possibly do that. So we can talk about times that we would do that. Hi, Kayla, how are you? No, she can hear me. So we could talk about doing that. I'm open to ideas of whatever you think will help you guys. So it just might be hard to find a time. We could do 2 different times. You tell me, but we can talk about that. I also really like the idea that Haley mentioned about, I'm kind of jumping all over the place, the blitz, the inviting blitz. I like that. I think that part of our goals should be how many you're going to invite a day or a week or however you want to do it, chicken challenge. I think that's good, because I think that everyone struggles with inviting. So I think we all can agree on we're all not doing great power hours except for Amy. Amy gets 8 points. And inviting. So I think those are things that we need to all hone in on and work on. And I think if we pick a number, like I'm going to do 3 invites a day or whatever it is, and it could be inviting to coaching or inviting to a challenge group. Okay, until I get too far into this, let's go around and talk about what our goals are. And okay. Go from there. You want me to go first? I can go first. I didn't do too many. Sometimes I get really detailed, and I think that is clouding me. So mine are very, to the point. There are big goals, but I'm like, this has to happen. So I listened to that call. I don't know if you heard, Amy kind of talked about it. I think it's on the Challenge Champions page. If you're not on the Champions page, please get in there, because there are so many good videos that I just keep either rewatching or looking for new ones. There's such good, valuable material in there. But anyway, they said, what is your highest SC that you ever hit? And then add 10 to it. So some of us are new on here. So who's not hit success level before? Leslie, Kayla, Megan. Okay. So this month you're going to hit it.
I haven't.
This month you're going to hit it. I'm confident you guys are going to hit it, because we're going to work on these tools, and you're going to hit it. So we're all going to push you guys. So whatever your success level was, your highest one, add 10 to it. So for me, my highest has been 20. So I'm pushing for 30 this month. Big goal. I want to recruit 10 coaches. Guys, I have recruited no coaches in 2 months. For me, that's not great. So to say I'm going to recruit 10 is kind of scary to write down, but I'm putting it down. I'm in the Fearless Recruiting groups with Christina Delgado, so I'm committed to following that and listening to all the videos. They're doing a big push for Elite. If you sell 10 challenge packs, you get 10 extra Elite points, which I am desperate for Elite points. So that goes into my SC30 if I hit 10 challenge packs in there. I'm dedicating 10 to 15 minutes a day on searching for United Kingdom prospects. I really want to go forward with this UK. I really want to learn about the launch, watch those videos, and look for prospects. So that has to start now. I'm working on that. And then 10 to 15 minutes a day on Instagram. And that is just searching for people. I need to recruit. So I'm going to search, I found Amy, searching for people, connecting with people. I'm not doing that. I'm not dedicating time. So I need to do that. Daily power hour, no matter what. I can't half-ass it. It can't be halfway. I have to do that every day. and invite 10 people a day. 10 is my number, and whether it's going to be coaching or whether it's going to be challenge group, those are my goals. So, okay, who's next? Don't all jump up and down.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Or is it still bad connection?
No, I can hear you now.
You can?
Okay.
My bigger goal is to hit diamonds. So my goal for this month is to be emerald. So I want to sign one coach this month because that would be a big deal for me.
That is.
Success Club, I want to hit 16.
Yay.
And the only other thing I really want to focus on this month, because just like Jenny said, if I put too much on my plate, then when I sit down, I don't know where to start. So I really want to start getting up early in the morning again. I used to do that a lot. Like in college and high school, I was fine if like 5 a.m. alarm would go off and I wouldn't pop right up, but I got in a routine of it. And now I'm in a routine of like hitting snooze like really bad, and I'm like getting ready for work in a half hour and running out the door. And by the time I get home, I'm like really tired. So I know if I can get back into this routine of getting up at 5, that's when I'll be able to like get this power hour done or make that one of like my time pockets, because that's what I'm struggling with. Like I get home now it's like 6 o'clock, you eat dinner, it turns into 6:30, you work out, it turns into like 7:30. So if I can just really focus on like not sleeping through my alarm for this month, I know that'll fall into play with like making sure I'm doing the work I need to be doing to hit Emerald, hit Success Club 16. It's more about me just like utilizing my time. I have it. I just need to utilize it.
Right. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. You know, it's how you utilize it. And I've been bad about that too. Since you said that you know, I'm snoozing all the time too, and I keep saying I'm gonna get up at 5 or I'm gonna get up at 6, and next thing I know it's like 7. I'm like, what happened? Because I don't have anywhere to be, so I'm like, it's bad. Amy's like you too, Leslie. You're up like religiously. So
yeah,
I love them. I'm writing them down so I can hold you guys accountable.
Oh God, no.
Anyone?
I can go now.
Okay.
I can go.
Whoever. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have not reached Success Club yet. So my Success Club goal is 10.
Right.
And I would also like to rank as Emerald also, because I haven't signed any coaches or ranked it all yet. So that would be nice to do. And then I would also like to get better with my inviting, and because I really struggle with that because I'm introvert really, really bad. So it's really hard for me to put myself out there. So hoping that I can just start inviting like crazy and just get more comfortable with just talking with people. And also I need to work on my power hours also, because I just don't seem to like, you know, I work a full-time job on top of this also. So by the time I get off work, just like Haley said, I just am so tired. And, you know, after working out and all that, it's just hard to get that power hour in. So I'm hoping that I can get better with that.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Amy, you're up.
Okay.
No.
I'm
Everyone.
up. My Success Club goal is 24. I hit 14 my very first month, and I don't even know what month that was, April, I think, and then I like bottomed out. So we need to fix that, get back on the incline.
Okay.
I want to earn $800 minimum. I have a huge financial number goal. I don't want Charles to work anymore at all. That needs to stop. He needs to be home. So we're working on that. I need to get a handle on Instagram. Like, I love Instagram, but like, I'm a mental case when it comes to messaging people. I don't know why, but I feel like, I don't know, like it's unnatural to me. So I need to work on that. I don't know. So I'm working on that. I've been, I got all of my hashtags all wrangled, and I've been adding people. I added 5 people yesterday and 5 people today. So I'm really trying to narrow down my people. Joe says I don't have people. He says, you have siblings. That's all. Nice. My kids. And then I need to organize my life, my space. Like my office drives me crazy. So that's really a goal for me because as you can see, I'm in my room, not in my office. And it's because I hate it. I don't like it. So I need to fix that. So that's on the list too. But yeah, and 10 new coaches because I'm still working on that first fearless recruiting. 10 and 30. I'm going to get it. I'm determined.
Good.
So yeah, that's all.
Awesome. I love it.
Thanks.
I guess I'm last one.
Yeah, Leslie and Megan. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. It's fine. I'll go.
Go, Leslie.
Okay, so basically similar to Kayla, I need Success Club 10. I haven't gotten anything as of yet, and it's funny because I am fine when I am outside of my house. I am good about talking to anybody, anywhere, socially, like actually face to face, which is completely opposite of most people in that most people are fine messaging people and, you know, sending invites and all of that. And for some reason, I seem to be backwards. Like I have no problem talking face to face. I feel awkward sending invitations to people, which is kind of backwards. So I kind of have to get past that. And I've been also trying to watching some of the videos like Instagram, I know, because I'm hoping maybe if I move outside of my immediate Facebook friends, maybe, you know, just kind of try to find people, basically. So that's kind of my goal for now. In terms of numbers, I don't have numbers because I don't really have, you know, it's basically just start expanding and finding people.
Okay, that's good. So expanding your network.
Yes.
Right. Great. All right, Megan.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So, well, I had SC5, but apparently that's not going to cut it. So.
Well, here's the thing. Because the thing is if you say 5, you're only going to try to get to 5, and then you're going to stop.
Fair enough.
You know, I totally shoot for 10 and you don't hit it, you might hit 8. You know.
Absolutely. No, I totally get it. Totally get it. I need to be more consistent with my posting, like you mentioned. I'm kind of like Haley, like I'll have 3 days or I'm like 3 to 4 posts a day, woohoo, and then like 4 days will go by because all I've done all day is fed kids and napped kids and gone to sleep. That's literally all I've done. I'm like, well, what am I? No one wants to know about that. Like, what am I going to post? And I hate it when it feels forced. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just posting stuff to post it, and that just feels weird too. So anyway, so I do need to be more consistent, more frequent, I guess. Like I can be really good too about posting personal stuff, but then when it comes to the Beachbody stuff, I'm like, you know, do I add the hook at the end? Do I just leave this here? Do I just mention the fitness? Do I talk about my shake? You know, because now we're getting all these messages of don't Shakeology, Shakeology, Beachbody, don't do it. You know, so it's kind of like where's that line? So I'm kind of struggling with that a little bit as to when to kind of just let it hang out there and when to, you know, kind of put that hook at the end.
Right.
So more consistency with that. I do need a power hour. I do not currently have a power hour at all. Like I just kind of do things when I can, which ends up being I can't or I don't, which is why obviously I haven't hit Success Club. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. It makes complete sense to me. I'm not confused as to why this isn't working. I know why it's not working. It's because I haven't put the time and effort into it yet. And more personal development, because I think I need that both for this business wise and also just personally, just to step aside from the kids and the husband and the scrubbing of the toilets and all that, you know, junky stuff. Not that my family's junky, but you know what I mean. No. And just say, okay,
yeah, we all know. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like I don't work, so I don't get to
interact with adults. Doesn't your husband work at home too?
He does. So we're all home all the time. Yeah, we're all home all the time.
All the time.
His office right here next to the bed. Like that's where his office is, like in our bedroom. So like if I want to come up and change, like he's on a work, like it's crazy. So just to feel like I'm even just bettering and furthering myself as a human being, you know, and just kind of keeping my brain active and in gear and with that personal development side of stuff. Anyways, yeah. So that's those. I know I
Amy.
talk a lot, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
No, I love it. It's helpful because now we get to see where we need to work on,
Yeah. So, if you need a bullet points, I know I just rambled. It'd be SC10, more personal development, consistent posting, and adding in a power hour. Those are my kind of bullet points.
Awesome. Okay, I love it. And are you a reader or you prefer like audio?
I am, but I don't
have the time
to sit down and read a book. I think I actually just downloaded Audible. I know you had said you use that. So I downloaded it because I thought, well, maybe when the kids are napping and if I have had a chance to get my workout done that morning as I'm doing other things, then I could at least be listening to it. I think I have a better chance that way than trying to actually sit. I love to read, but to sit down and actually read a book right now is just beyond.
Yeah. I do that. I like to listen to it. Well, usually when I'm in the car, but you probably have the kids in the car, but usually on the way to or from picking up the kids or whatever.
Right.
And then like I sometimes blare it in the shower. If I'm having a really bad day, I'll do it during
That's
my
a
workout.
good idea.
Yeah. While I'm cleaning, while I'm cooking, like if no one's around, like the kids are, sometimes I pick up the kids and they're like, do we have to listen to this on the radio? Like my PD, listen, let's all listen together. So I have to turn it off for them, but I just find any way to get it in because some days I'm like, I don't, but I need it. So I really love Audible. And there's the podcast for the National Wake Up Call. You can do, those can be part of your PD. And there's also other podcasts that I can tell you which ones I have on my phone. If some days I'm like, I don't want to necessarily listen to the book, like, and focus on the chapter, I might just want like a quick, Shalene Johnson has good ones, but there's other ones. And then it will show you 15, 20 minutes. You're like, I have 15 minutes. Let me learn about this today. So that's PD. It doesn't have to be start to finish on a book. So, okay. So I think it's helpful. I think this is good. We're seeing where we need to work on. And as you guys were talking, it kind of gave me some ideas. Everyone needs to probably work on expanding their network. So ideas for that. One common way is going to mutual friends on their page, and people might feel like this is slimy, but if you have mutual friends and you have friends in common, those are people that I feel, I will do that occasionally if I have like 5 to 10 friends in common, because it's not awkward. If they only have like one friend in common, they're like, how do you know me? I don't know how, But if you find people like, your circle of friends, like my friend down here owns a restaurant. We have a lot of mutual friends. So I went to her page and I'm like, there's so many people that we have in common that it's not awkward for me to friend request them. They don't all accept, but so that's a good way to start for expanding your network. Another way is like coworkers, or if your kid, like I know that some of you don't have kids, but for us, like my daughter joins a soccer team. I'm like, Facebook friend request them. I take a picture with them. I friend request them because I'm going to tag them in the pictures. Those kind of things. But coworkers, if they're on Facebook, you don't know who they have in common, so you never know who they may talk to and say, "Oh, Leslie's a Beachbody coach. I just saw her post the other day," and then they'll tell someone else. So don't be afraid to reach out to those people at your church. Just think about people that that you're maybe not even Facebook friends with. You could expand, and they may know people Another way is groups. I haven't done this in a while, and it's something I want to get back at, but finding Facebook groups. I'm talking specifically Facebook because that is more my comfort zone. I'm still learning Instagram. I'll touch on that a little bit, but you can find Facebook groups, like mom groups. Okay, Leslie's a big Miami Dolphins fan. There's probably some kind of Dolphin fan groups. I'm a Big Brother fan. I'm actually going to look for some Big Brother groups. I have a Chocolate Lab. I'm in a Chocolate Lab group. Some people are kind of crazy about their dogs. Find what is it. Haley loves dogs. You love fitness. Now you're an instructor. Like maybe you should look for other kinds of, I don't know. But just think about what it is. Everyone needs to think about their niche. Okay. And you might not know what a niche is or what your avatar is, but that is like, who are you talking to? Who is your audience? Who is the perfect person that you want to be your challenger? For me, I'm talking to the mom. the stay-at-home mom or the working mom, preferably the working mom, but also the stay-at-home mom. So with my posts, I need to be better about when I'm doing a post, is it hitting home to that mom? Like, am I talking to them directly? So I actually have a name. She has a name. Her name is Christy. She's got brown hair. She looks like me. She's an accountant. She worked 60-hour weeks. Like, it's exactly who I was before I became a coach. And so I try to, on some days that I'm like, I don't know what to post about, I think about, how did I feel? I hated going to that cubicle. I hated clocking in every day and out. I hated having to take a 30-minute lunch that I ate at my desk, and that was still my lunch break while I worked. I hated missing my kids' activities, or kid, because she was the oldest one at that time. Like, those things, you need to think about what it is that you don't like about your job, or that you want to have for your future, or that you didn't do before Beachbody and now you can do, or now you are healthier because why? Like, these are things you should be writing down. And so when you're thinking about posts, you have someone to talk to and you have something to talk about. So, it doesn't have to be all in one day or all in 1 week. You can spread them out, but that's when the calendar comes into play. So you look at the calendar and you say, okay, well, today's a recipe post. Oh, I made this really good recipe the other day, and this would be really good for the single woman because they don't have kids, but it's perfect for me to eat over and over, whatever it is, So think about that kind of stuff. And Megan was talking about, some days I don't have anything to post about. Well, make a funny post about what your kids did that day, turn it into something deeper, make it doesn't have to always be about your kids, but I'm just saying, like, if you're having a day where you're like, something on your mind, are you just feeling down today? It's okay to talk about having a bad day because people want to know that you're real. People want to know you're not this robot. So I think I've talked about that in my calls before, but it's okay to have those days, I'm on a big struggle with my body right now. So I'm being really open about it because I'm like, no one knows this. So I gotta tell everyone. Okay. So I kind of got off track from the expanding your network, but so find those groups, and in those groups, be active. So get in there and chat with people, and don't throw out Beachbody. Don't be like, I'm a Beachbody coach. Just be like, hey, I'm, whatever. If it's a dog group, be like, I have a chocolate lab. He's 11, and you kind of chat with people, and you offer advice to them when they have something they need advice about that you can offer advice about. And you friend request them, and then they start to follow you, and then they're like, oh, she does Beachbody. So there are ways to do that. Now, you don't have to find groups in your town. They can be anywhere. What's great about Facebook is it's not central to your location. It can be, anywhere. So kind of just think about things that, you have diabetes. Do you have, like, whatever it is, there's probably a group for it. I'm not kidding. So there's also a call that's really good that, what's her name did? Bruce Schreiner did on the Beachbody Champions, also about Facebook, and she talks about groups. And she made a good point about she was in a travel group, and she said, I had traveled to Europe last year, and I found and did a lot of research on the most comfortable shoes I could find, and they were amazing, and I got a really good deal on them. So in that group, I was like, hey guys, I found these awesome shoes. I wore them all through Europe. We backpacked, we did whatever. But she was like, I didn't tell them the name. I didn't tell them how much I paid. I showed a picture, but you couldn't tell what kind of shoe it was. So that way people were like, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. So all those people she friend requested, and she private messaged them. So now she's got instant friends, and she's private messaging about the shoes. She's going back and forth. And those are great ways to find in your cold market, which is people that you don't know, but now they're watching your page. But she never once talked about Beachbody. So things like that. And it's the same thing with a post. If you do an engagement post about what's your favorite football team, this or this, or who's going to win the Super Bowl, or, something, whatever's going on that you feel like would get a good traction. Those people will comment, and then you could turn around and message them and be like, and maybe not about football, but it could be about, I use an example about a cruise. I asked examples about cruises. So then I was like, what cruise did you go on? What was the food like, and genuinely have a conversation because you want to know, and that's not forced. But now you have a conversation going. and you can kind of go back and forth, and then you start commenting on their page on their stuff. And then if you think they'd be a good prospect. So that way your posts are popping up in their feed, they're seeing your posts more often, and you're kind of going back and forth because you already had that conversation about the cruises. So these are ways that you can have conversations that are starting the way for invitation. And then you got to find the right time to invite them. And that's where the hook is. That's where you got to get it right. Once you've gone back and forth a few different times, and that's why I think the free groups are good, because then it's not so creepy saying, hey, I'm doing this free group. You want to join me? Instead of saying, hey, what's your health and fitness like? And trying to sell them something. So, okay. So I kind of went on and on about that, but those are some ideas of how you can expand your market. And the niche. Is everyone cool with understanding, like, finding about your niche and your avatar and who you're speaking to? Does anyone have a question about, like, I don't know who I'm talking to, or no?
No.
The group idea. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, what else? We talked about power hour, talked about groups, struggles, kind of went over our struggles, right? What time is it? Oh my God. Sorry, I didn't realize how late it was. I said it was going to be a quick call. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about before we go, the free group. We talked a little bit about the free group. On the calendar, I don't have it in front of me. I think it's the 21st, did we say? You have it, Megan, in front of you?
Yeah. 21st.
Okay. So I think I've actually been advertising my challenge group starting on August 7th. And I'm like, I don't really have anybody right now. And also it's late now. I don't know what I want to do. But also, like, our group, Megan and Leslie, our group's about to be ending. So the natural progression is the 7th. But for purposes of the cup, I want everyone to have a good week long to invite, to properly add people to a group. So that's why I picked the 14th. So I don't know if we'll just keep that group open for an extra week and just keep going for a little bit to fill that week. I don't know what you guys want to do, but that gives everyone a good amount of time to invite and start what I said, jabbing, trinkling in stuff about challenge groups before you invite. And then the next week would be a free group. So the point of that would be having an awesome week, and then we can invite them to try to convert them into a paid customer the following week, which would still get us Success Club points. So I think the personal development is a great idea. I just don't know, like Megan just mentioned, she's like, I don't have time to read, and I don't read either. I guess it could be Audible. But my worry is that people aren't going to jump at wanting to read if they don't have the time. You know what I mean? So how do you guys think, because I want it to be something that people are definitely going to sign up for, and definitely going to, because the idea is to get as many people as we can in the group. I mean, we want them to have results, don't get me wrong, but I don't want us to only add 2 people each. I want us to add a good amount of people so we have a better chance, because the conversion rate is not going to be 100%. So, it's going to be like 40%. So we want to have more, so we have some good quality people to choose from.
What about something like tackling your morning or something like that, or getting organized? I know you said, like, with you, the organization one, you had trouble relating fitness to it, but if you do some type of like tackling your morning, and you can kind of share like a quick,
if you do like organizing your day,
or like a quick 20-minute workout you can knock out in the morning, or like easy breakfasts for the morning that don't take time, because people are always skipping breakfast in the morning. So you're like, oh, I don't have time to make breakfast, and you're like, okay, well, here's this 2-minute, I don't know, smoothie bowl or something like that. I don't know if that would help relate it to fitness, but
no, I think it's a good idea. I think that everybody does struggle with morning routines, whether you're rushing out the door to work or whether you're rushing the kids out or whatever it is. But we could incorporate PD, a workout, a quick meal, some Shakeology, and we could even do a virtual workout. I've been dying to do one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be super early for Megan, but she may be up nursing if you wanted to jump on. But but I like that idea, because that way it's kind of like organization as far as we could do an organizational tip or something like that, Amy. Are you talking about like organizing your house, or are you talking about, I think we could figure out, I mean, organizing your day and at least the morning part. My organization one, I just felt like I loved it. It actually was a lot of fun, but I don't think I pushed enough the fitness side and what I was eating, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't convert anybody. And I want you guys to have success. So I don't want to pick something that's like, it might be good and it might not. I mean, it's a great idea, but I want to set you guys up for success. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys all like that idea? What Haley said with the morning organized?
I do. I like that. I think because it appeals to different types of people. Like you had mentioned kind of the back to school, but not everybody has kids. Not everyone cares about back to school. But if you're talking about just trying to get out the door in the morning, that can relate to anybody. Single moms, kids, single women, single men. And it doesn't matter. Everyone's trying to, bust hump to get out in the morning. Right. How that parlays then into like fitness, that and where we make that connection, I think is the topic.
Right. Not here to workouts. Well, you don't have to work out. We can talk, but as long as we're talking about healthy meals, and even if you're not doing the workout, we are all going to be supporting you and talking about that stuff. So they're going to see it and hear it and be around it. So I think it's okay if you're not actually doing the workouts, Amy, and you can talk about how much you miss them because it was part of your routine. Okay. So is that a go?
I think that'll work.
We've got to come up with a fun name. Haley seems to be good at names, so we're going to make Haley come up. No, just kidding. Everyone loves our BOD squad name. That was really cute. Okay, so we'll talk more about that, but I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but I hope this was helpful. I have your goals written down, and I think that I don't have the calendar in front of me. Megan, what's for tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday.
The challenge group invite post.
Okay, well, that came up really quick. I thought today was Wednesday, so I was like, I saw Christina posted something about, I love Thursdays, and I was like, she posted about Thursdays and it's Wednesday, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Thursday. Yeah. So
I've been like that all week, so.
I don't know why I'm off today. It's not like the kids were home one day. I don't know. I'm off one day the whole week. Okay, so let's try and work on our challenge group posts. It's late, so probably you guys aren't going to be able to get it for the morning. I'm going to work on mine tonight. If it doesn't get up for the morning, I'm going to post it in the middle of the day. But something I wanted to share with you guys is the prime hours are the morning and the evening. So if you have something important you're going to post, whether it's an invite or just maybe you had like a really good transformation you want to share, you want to do it in the prime hours. Now, Megan's on the West Coast, so she's got different hours that are prime for her. For me,
I'm Mountain Time, so I'm different hours too.
So it's going to be different. But I'm for those of us that have been around a little bit, don't you find that that's the best time? I mean, for me, like if I don't get something up before 8 o'clock, like 7:30 is like a really good time. I feel like for wherever you are, 7:30, and then like 8 o'clock p.m. Those to me, I feel like are good times.
You've had like good luck with earlier than 8 a.m. normally, like for you?
For me, for my people, I feel like if I post something at 8:30 or whatever, I feel like no one does anything with it until sometimes. Yeah. But maybe your people are up. When are they up? Later, or is it later or earlier?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a good morning time because, like, I've lately, like, when I've been on top of it, I try to like not do one so early, like when I'm getting ready for work, like posting it. But if I've noticed that, like, if I do it before I leave for work, I don't really have that much, like, success with it. And that time is around, like, what time do I leave for work? Like, close to 8. But then if I wait till I get to work and it's, like, 9:30, I feel like that doesn't work either because people are at work, like, at their desks now. So I was trying to figure out a good time. So maybe I should try it earlier and just
try earlier because I feel like, at least for the moms and the people that, and Leslie can touch on this too. people are getting ready for work and maybe scrolling at their phone before they leave.
Yeah.
And then they're in the car and then they get to work and not feel like they have time again to look. And for me, I get up, I brush my teeth, I go pee, I quickly scroll through my phone, and then I come out and I do mom stuff. And I start to try and do a post, and I'm like, this isn't going to work. I can't do it. They're fighting over apple juice. They want the TV on. Like, I miss my window. So if I'm going to do it, I try to like get up before them and work on the post, or I do the post the night before, and then I can get it posted by 7:30. And that for me, I feel like I get more engagement, because then the moms then are driving their kids to school by 8 o'clock because they have to be at school.
Right.
Or most people work at 8. Leslie, what is your routine? Do you get up and scroll? Like, when do you have time to scroll in the morning?
I usually scroll when I first wake up, and then on my way to work, and then when I get to work, and then it kind of dies when I'm actually at work. So I've tried a couple times. What I've done is I've actually written the post like before I left for work, because I leave early. Like, I'm out the door between 6:30 and 7.
Oh, yes.
So a lot of times what I've done is I've written a post and know that it's too early, and I'll kind of just like leave it on my phone. And then I wait until I actually like get to work, and then I'll click actually post. Because otherwise, like, it's either, like you said, either too early, or if I wait until I'm like sitting at work, and then it gets later and later and later.
Right.
So I have a quick question. So for people like us that work, like, what about lunchtime? Is that a good time to post too? Because I find that sometimes I get some interaction from people when I'm posting at lunch.
Yes. I do think
like in the midday.
Yes, I do think that is a good time. I don't think it's as prime as a morning or evening, but I still think it's still a decent time.
Okay. I try to do morning and night too, but lunchtime seems to be when I have the most time to actually think about it.
Right.
So.
Well, maybe for the challenge group invite, if you can do that for lunch tomorrow, maybe that would be a good time for that, since it's late already tonight. You know what I mean? And it's Friday.
Okay.
So since we're going into the weekend, I don't think as many people are going to want to jump in and dive into something on Friday night. You know what I mean? At 8 o'clock at night. That's not going to be prime time for Friday night. But maybe around 5 o'clock they would, because they're getting off work and they're like, woo, it's a weekend. I can scroll through Facebook, So I think that it depends on the day. You know what I mean? Like Monday through Thursday, I think 7:30, 12, 8, those are the times. So
yeah, my age group, like if I post on like Friday night or Saturday night, I am like, I can guarantee that it's not going to get any engagement, because people my age they're like, oh, and so my prime time on like Saturday is like 10 a.m. Like if I hit like 10 a.m. and everyone's just waking up because they don't have kids.
Right.
I miss those times.
Right. So it might be different for everyone. So think about that when you're posting.
Yeah, and my issue is 95% of my friend base is still East Coast, but I'm West Coast.
I was going to ask you that. At
my convenient time, and it's totally missed by 90% of my friend base, which is tough too.
Well, I think you need to get
I need more friends. I need more West Coast friends.
You need more West Coast friends. Number one. You need to join mom groups. Are we have mom groups?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On board. You need to do a group workout with them, Megan.
I do. That would be good. Because we just moved again, I had to leave my old mom group, so I have to find a new one.
Okay. Well, keep friends with the old mom group.
I am.
But do like one of your workouts. Bring the kids and incorporate the kids.
I need to.
You can probably do one by memory because you've done them so many times. But bring your phone, your iPad, and let the kids play. And you can hold a baby as a weight.
Right.
Get creative.
Right.
One thing that I have been like actually paying a lot of attention to and like noticing like good engagement with is Instagram stories, because like Jenny said, like I'll be good with posts for a couple days and I'll fall off, but I'm normally always on Instagram stories because it's like super quick and I don't feel like it has to be this pretty or like perfectly engaging picture. But then something else I've noticed is like recently all the people that I'm following that are just kind of like, I mean, not random ads. I searched for a certain type of person and I'm adding them, but they're people I don't know. I'll like try and stay really active on my story, and you can view who's watching your story. And like if I notice that like someone new that I added is watching all of like my Instagram stories, then like that gives me kind of like the go ahead, like, hey, they're paying attention to me, so I'm gonna message them. And I did that with a girl the other day. She's like, how do you stay so motivated? And I was like, oh my god, LOL, have you like, did you watch my story today? Like, I'm not at all like, I suck at this move in this workout or whatever. So it's kind of neat because you can like see who's paying attention to you, and that helps me kind of have like the go ahead. I don't feel as like weird, like, hey, they're already creeping on me, so now I can go like creep on them.
I agree. I haven't gone that far to message with people. That's on my list. I should add that to my goals. But if you're on Instagram, I definitely recommend that because it's fun, and I am trying to get out of my comfort zone, and I feel like live videos make me sweat. I'm like, oh,
really? You're so good at them.
Oh, really? Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
I still don't like them, but I do them because I'm like, everyone's doing them, and Amy does them all the time. She's very comfortable. They make me cringe. I'm like,
I wouldn't have thought that at all.
No. I'm trying to get better at it. The more you do it, the better it gets, you know? So I just keep doing it. I'm like, do it. I don't care what I look like. I don't care what my kitchen looks like. Cause everyone's like, oh, your house is so clean. I'm like, oh, really? Show you. Haley babysits. There's shit all over my house. Okay. That's why I'm organizing everything. But anyways, but on Instagram stories, I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah. There's something about it. It's just like,
I'm like, I have 25 people watching me. Like, who are they? So it makes me feel like I can take a video of my kids having a tantrum because who cares? And I don't know. Yeah. You can see more of your life, and it's more like I'm not going to post a video of my daughter having a tantrum on Facebook, but I don't really care about who's on Instagram because it's going to go away anyways. So anyway, I don't want to make you guys feel like you have to do another platform, but that's just if you feel like you don't love Facebook, maybe you want to give Instagram a try. So on that note, anyone have other questions before we go? Yes, Amy. And I'm going to take a picture for my Instagram stories when we're talking about it. So go ahead, Amy, while I take this picture.
I actually just wanted to chime back into what you were saying about the primetime thing. And I think that it actually, yes, primetime, I've noticed that because I'm the same with you, Megan. All of my family and friends are all on Pacific and Mountain time zone because I came from Las Vegas, Maine. So I feel you on that, sister. But what I noticed and what I realized and that we all kind of need to realize, A, don't overthink it, and B, what are you looking for? You're looking for you before you found Beachbody. So what were you doing before you found Beachbody? Like me, I was sitting on my couch scrolling.
Me too.
All day.
Exactly.
Time for my peeps is all day long. So I post all day long.
She does. She posts all day long.
Yes.
I really do.
She really does.
But if you can do that, then do that. But that would be where that like a buffer or something would be really beneficial for all of you that are in that time crunch. But that's what you need to think about. What were you doing before you were found by, well, this brilliant lady right here, because she seems to be the link for all of us.
Yep.
Kayla. Well, and Kayla too, actually, because, you know, she found me, I found her. That works.
And I think don't overthink it. I think she's right about that. Don't overthink it. Sometimes I do. I'm like, oh, I have something I want to say, but I don't know how to say it right. Like, just do it, you know? Don't overthink it. It's true. I mean, don't just throw something up to throw it up, but like, you know, don't ponder about it for days. And something else, like if you have a really good post that like you did and you took a lot of time to write it and it was hard for you to hit post, like a transformation picture. I used to hate doing those. Now they don't bother me as much anymore. Please tell us and we can comment on them because I try really hard. I do scroll, but I try not to. I'm trying to like, this is my business hours. I'm going on, I'm posting, I'm getting off, I'm going back to my power hour, but I might not see your stuff. And it's not intentional. And every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I wonder what Haley's doing. I wonder what Leslie's doing. And, you know, and I'll go over. But if you did something that I didn't, Amy, sometimes she'll do it. She'll tag me because I won't know. Mm-hmm. She does so many posts today that I might miss it. And I want to see those. So tell me or us, whatever. So, okay. We good? Anything else?
Yes.
10:15. I'm
Yes.
really sorry. Leslie, I hope you can still get up for your workout tomorrow. If you don't,
I'll wake you up tomorrow morning. No, I'm kidding.
You can. I am going to start getting up earlier too. I got to figure out what time. Maybe
Me too.
5 o'clock.
Me too.
I don't know. All right. I'm going to start recording and